The G'd up is the here, Jack. Yo, what's going on, y'all? So let me do a quick live. A lot of stuff. Pardon me, y'all. I got a little sick this week. I was a little sick, you heard? But the G'd up is the here, you heard? Yeah, I'm feeling sick this week, B. That's why I ain't really been coming on or active on YouTube like that. Shout out to everybody. You feel me? A lot going on the so-called YouTube. Like y'all know my style. I'm like getting like what's the trending topics, what the content is, but you know I want to shout out to my brilliant. That's my guy. Listen, I don't care if Smitty was already Legion. Okay, that's my dude. Shout to everybody. Shout to Mikey B. Shout to Tiny Let Loose for always showing love and coming through and supporting us. Shout to all my Cali peoples. You know I love y'all to death. Y'all are forever my family. K on Bones, Zico, Salo, and the whole gang. You heard? Chicago from Compton Vadio, the whole gang. Tiny Let Loose. Feel me? Rest in peace, Boogie. Rest in peace, S-Bros. All my people. Like I love for Cali. I love Cali. I love the whole world. You heard? Whoever you are, whatever part of the world you in, I love you. You heard? Nobody ain't tell you that they love you today. Eat up is here to tell you that he loves you. You heard? It don't take nothing for you to tell a fellow human being, yo, I love you. What's up, Monique? Yo, Monique, how I'm sounding? How's the vocals? Speaking of Cali and my Cali loved one, shout to Monique. Shout to Squally Glove 2. That's my man. Heard? Like you know how we do. We don't be out points to what nation, what's your race, color. We don't do it over here. You feel me? We got to look at people as they are. I never look at a human be like this or she's that or she's slow or you feel me? So a lot of stuff is you already know Cali to New York back to Cali. You heard my hood to yours. You feel me? Like it's always love. Like we gotta put a lot of that pettiness and that insecurity and that ignorance and all that stupid goofy stuff to the side. You feel me? I don't speak on gang business because I ain't gang, you heard? But I'm from the ghetto and I've been around dudes that's gang banging my whole life. I ran with a lot of a lot. I got money with gang bangers. I was in the penitentiary with gang bangers. So you're gonna be exposed to their way of life when you're around them. They can't help a dude that's running with a clique. Most of them. You do got some dudes that's in gangs that they don't announce it like that. They don't. I met some dudes that's in gangs that you would have never even known he was in a gang because they ain't chucking up. They said every 5 minutes. They ain't talking gang lingo all the time. You know, some dudes are like that. They are like that out there. There are dudes out there like that. That's a fact. But you know, when you're in the street and you be around people that live a street life, you're gonna be exposed to their customs, to their slang, to their bop, their way of life. That's right. We all on this planet together. That's a beautiful statement. No rehearsal. That's right. No, that's a fact. That's a big fact. You heard? That's a Snapple fact. That's a California Dinka Hyde Park Compton fact. You heard? That's a universal for everybody. We are in this together. We in this together. We need to help each other. God didn't put us here to kill each other. So excuse me, unallowed to fight with each other, to hate on each other. He didn't put us here for that. That's something humans invented. God set us out with a planet which is paradise, with all the animals that we need to survive, all, all the trees, all the air, all the I got a crazy cold this week. He didn't give us this earth to say, yo, this is mine and you can't have this and I'm better than you. And you know what I'm saying? Look at listen, if you look at the problems that we have in this world, right? Since the beginning of mankind, right? And I ain't gonna, no, I'm gonna even go to the day of, and you know, that stuff, you know, even in cave times, there was war. Because they would, in the caveman, if you go by the science of you know, scientific stuff, you know, in the caveman world, a caveman see a woman he just snatch her. A lot of violence in those days, but with time, I'm starting. We already have on God, religion, and that's so. If we at that point and we still enslaving each other, fighting over pettiness, classism, racism, sexism, all that type of stuff, then that falls on us. You can't. God don't got nothing to do with that. Like, that's on you. That don't have to do with me. I pass. I gave you no look pass. You know? We get my side. I tell you, I got a bad cold. Give me 10 seconds. Did I go past 10 seconds? Yeah, but like I said, you can't blame, you know, a lot of times as people, we like to blame things and put blame on stuff. You can't blame, a lot of time you can't, feel me? A lot of the problems that I had in my life, I caused them. You have the ability to this is my bad. Can make anything better. But if there's no accountability and you can't take accountability for whatever your situation is, you're not going to get better. You got to be able to say, to look in the mirror and say, listen, you do. Not everybody else. Bad, y'all. Experiencing technical difficulties. My bad. But listen, man, like I was saying, We gotta be able to be accountable for what we do, and we gotta come together. We gotta put aside all the pettiness or the goofiness. Right now, a lot of times I go to YouTube, right, and it'd be a lot of drama. I don't care what platform it is. Like I was watching shout to Gumby from out there in Cali. He's been going at it with this dude from Houston lately, OG Gumby from Hoover. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see them brothers put aside their differences and come together. Because we stronger as a unit as opposed to separate. I always preach that. You know what I'm saying? Shout to Mikey B. Shout to Smitty Brim. Shout to Smitty Brim. Yo, Smitty. Yo, hey. Damn. Mikey must have heard me. Shout to Mikey. That's my guy. And Smitty Brim. Smitty, listen. Mikey, if you see Smitty, you tell Smitty I said I don't care if he was in the Foreign Legion. I don't care if he was Amish. You heard? I don't care if he was one of them, the Hare Krishna. I don't care if Smitty was a Hare Krishna. You heard? Remember the Hare Krishna dudes where they used to be bald with the tambourine and the you feel me? I don't care about none of that. All I care is that Smitty is a good man. He's doing the right thing. He ain't out in the streets. He ain't addicted to no drugs. His family is good, and that's all that matters, B. Anything else is uncivilized. You heard? If you watch, listen. The other day, my guy Mikey B. Subscribe to his channel, Hood Love Mikey B. Right? Hold on, let me adjust this fan real quick. All right, my bad. If you was paying attention in that chat the other day, right? You see how much buffoonery is going on. Dudes worried about, why is you worried about what a 45-year-old man or however old he is, because he's younger than me, so I don't know his exact age, was doing in 1994. Right? And not only that, right? Like they was beefing supposedly because he was a Crip. He became a Crip in Virginia. Like, what do you think? You really, what? This how stupid these dudes be. First of all, if he was in Virginia, right, and came back to Brooklyn, he's the only Crip from Virginia in Brooklyn, God damn it. Like, well, hello? Like, do you really think he's going to be the only person out here pushing that line? Like, yeah, nigga, Virginia Crips, you heard? What's wrong with these dudes, B? What's wrong with these dudes? And then not only that, right? Check this out, because I wanted to speak on this briefly. A lot of dudes in New York went from one set to another, one gang to another. That's regular. That's you know how many dudes I know that did that I love? Like, I ain't gonna be feeling away about Smitty, and I know a gang of niggas that did shit like that, and it is what it is at the end of the day. A gang used to be a Crip. A lot of people was one thing and then went to another. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is if you're a good person, if you solid, if you ain't telling on people. You know what I'm saying? If you see your brother hungry and you feed him, if you honorable, that's all that matters. And shout to yo, Ronnie, what up, boy? Good to see you. Shout to Manny, right? I want to see Manny do good, man. That dude, he did a lot of time. I don't know him personally, so I stay away from talking about people that I don't know. But I will say this. I want to see him doing good. I hope that whatever court cases he has going on, they get taken care of and he don't got to do no more time. And I don't want to see nobody in jail, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to come together, man. We need to like I said, I always preach this. I don't care what your denomination, your religion, your skin color, your what kind of Chinese food you like to eat, what kind of sneakers you got on. Like, none of that pettiness, man. I don't deal with that. I got friends of all walks of life. I got friends that are Asian. I got friends that are European. I got friends that are African, Haitian. feel me, Italian. You dig what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, excuse me, that race stuff is like, if you still jacking that race stuff in this day and age, you's a bird, straight up and down. A lot of people of mixed nationalities. I got family that are I got Dominican cousins. I got black cousins, like straight up black. Like, you feel me? Like, my uncle married a black woman. Like, my cousins is black. There's black. You got African blood in Puerto Ricans, heavy, 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 heavy. You heard? You got Indian blood in Puerto Ricans. You heard? Along with European. So I'll be damn. I'm gonna judge anybody. B. You know, sit at the table. If you're a real person, sit at the table, eat. Let's break bread. Let's get some money together. Let's unify. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's help each other. That's what community is about at the end of the day. It's about community, you heard? Oh, yo, shout to Tiny Let Loose and all of my Cali people. I don't know if I got that out at the beginning of the chat, but shout to Tiny Let Loose. That's my guy. He supports us crazy. He's a good brother. That's my guy from the 60s, you heard? Shout to all my 60s people, you heard? Shout to Keyway. Shout to all my Santana Block people. Shout to K-Bar. Shout to my Hoovers, Salo and Squally and all that. Lazy Days, good to see you. Top of the morning. Thank you for coming. You know, we on timing over here. I ain't, yo, I got a bad cold, y'all. So pardon me if I sound like messed up. You know, I'm thankful to be alive. You know, I almost died a few times. I almost died. I almost died through drug use. I almost died because people was trying to kill me. I laugh now, but it wasn't funny when I was going through that shit. You feel me? You know, I was into it with dudes, man. That was nothing, you know, like, I was into it with some heavy dudes through the course of my life. You feel me? You know, and it is what it is. When you live in a street life, right? And you got is lit. You know, it's about who get to who first at the end of the day. And I don't even want to talk about that because I'm not glorifying that stuff. You know, nobody wants to live a life where you got to have something on your waist all the time and you paranoid. And, you know, I used to go make a sale looking around and I'm looking to see if anybody's coming for me when I bust a sale. And I got a 4 pound on my waist. Like, you know, nobody wants to live like that. And if they do tell you that, they lying. I don't care who they are. And if they tell you that, either they lying or they just is a dumb out. They just too stupid to actually understand what life is really about. You know, you got people like that. Hold on, let me clear my sinuses, y'all. My bad. My bad, y'all. You know, I got sinus problems aside from having a cold. I got a hole in my nose from doing drugs and all that. I tell people that because I live in my truth, like Smitty was saying the other day, and I don't want none of these young boys to think that drugs is cool because you're gonna pay a price for that. In order for me to get my sinuses right, my nose right, I got to get an operation. On top of that, I got tinnitus in my left ear, so I suffer from headaches. Like, people don't know this about me, but I get headaches all the time. I got to take, what's that stuff called? What's that called, man? The only thing that really helps me is what's that called? Aleve. Aleve is the one that works the best for me. For whatever reason, I forget what naproxen. I think is the clinic is the technical name of it. Feel me? But Yeah, man, you pay a price. You running around out there. You think it's you think you having fun. I used to listen. Yo, what's up, Bobby? Yo, Deuce, good to see you, bro. Yo, Deuce, I'm gonna go pick up my jacket. You heard? But yeah, yo, like I was saying, right? I used to think I was living a superstar lifestyle, a rock star lifestyle. I got thousands in my pocket. Like I used to have hundreds of grams of coke laying around and dope and weed and shit. Like I got pounds of weed. I can smoke whatever weed I want. I got a block that's jumping. Like I used to really think I was a rock star. And I used to think that it was gonna last forever, and nothing lasts forever. You heard? You know what's not gonna last forever? This starburst, because I'm gonna get rid of it. But yeah, I used to think I was that dude. I'm fresh every day. I got 150, 200 pairs of sneakers. People love me. But there's always a price to pay for that. What up, Brandon Mitchell? Good to see you, bro. There's always a price to pay. There's always somebody jealous of you. There's always a case coming to catch. There's always somebody that wants to try to stick you up. These are things that I experienced in my career in the streets. I got a long career in the streets too, because I only did a few years in the mountains. Most of my career was in the street. I was lucky in that sense. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't catch one of them 20-year bids, thank God. So a lot of my stuff was in the streets. But it ain't like I said, at the end of the day, something is always going to happen. Like let's say I was re-upping with 8 bands, right? That's really the most I've ever had to re-up was 8 bands of my own money. What's up, B-Say? You right, this channel is stupid, and so are you. What up, B-Say? Good to see you, bro. Speaking of stupid, but like I was saying, living the street life is stupid too. But I would be thinking I was the man because I got 8 bands to go buy work with. Yo, Shots, what up, boy? Good to see you, bro. So I would be thinking I'm the man, right? Because I'm going to cop with 8,000. The Connect might be throwing me some work on all. They always did, because I worked on consignment for a long time too. And I'm telling you this story for a reason. I start sniffing dope. A year or two later, I got $900 for the You feel me? Like it all comes to an end. Oh, yo, Brandon, I'm going to do the animal thing on this channel. I'm going to do it. What's today? Tuesday? Thursday, I'm going to do an animal live. Because I don't want to say, I got to get 4,000 watch hours. So I want to focus all the watch hours on this channel. So we're going to do an animal live on Thursday. And I'm going to be speaking about certain animals. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but if you love animals, come through, man. I love nature. So if you into I could do a freestyle off the top of the head because I'm so knowledgeable. That's all that I watch. Damn it. I was watching the thing on Great White Sharks last night, right? They told these 2 dudes, right? They was in South Africa. There's a place called Dyer Island. If you know about sharks, that's like one of the shark capitals of the world. There's a lot of first seal colonies there, and that's where you could get it at, right? So come through, Bobby. You're more than welcome. So They told these dudes, don't go messing around in that water. They went spearfishing, and a 20-foot great white shark ate both of them. Ate both of them, you heard? Sean Little, bong bing. Bing bong, bong bing. Over here we stand up. Don King. Get it? Over here we stand up. Yeah, anyway. But anywho, so the moral of the story is don't go swimming in Dyer Island in South Africa. Well, no, don't go spear fishing or swimming. What's up, Eddie's Mountain Girl? Good to see you. Shout to your husband. Don't go swimming with a great white shark. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you go swimming? And check this out, right? People swim around great white sharks all the time, and they rarely get eaten. But there's always that one chance. In California, people swim around great white sharks all day. There's a channel called Malibu something. All you gotta do is type in great white Malibu. And he's a drone. He does drone footage of great whites, and people are literally swimming around great whites all day long, and they don't bother them. What's up, He-Man? Good to see you. Welcome. He-Man is a woman, y'all. Just so y'all know. I love you. I used to love He-Man. That's one of my favorite cartoons. I subscribe to the He-Man channel on YouTube. The He-Man channel, the G.I. Joe channel, and the Transformer channel. I subscribe to them on YouTube. I love cartoons. So, but anywho, let me get you a wrench. Let me get you suited and booted so nobody can bother you. So, but yeah, like I said, don't go swimming in where there's great whites at, even though they don't really bother people. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? People swim, like I said, around great whites all day long in California, right? They don't bother them because a great white is looking for a seal, a certain type of food that has a high calorie, a lot of energy, a lot of blubber, a lot of stuff like that, because they need energy. They need high calorie food, right? Check this out. Yeah, I'm good at multitasking. Let me give this wrench to He-Man Shiva. But there was a a seal that was dying. It was poisoned, right? And something like 20 all right, you good, He-Man Shiva. You suited and booted. So like 20 great white sharks went up to it, sniffed it, and didn't mess with it. That goes to show you how cautious sharks are, that they don't just eat anything. Who knows? They might have been able to smell the poison inside of it. Who knows? You feel me? But great white sharks are not mindless killing machines. The movie Jaws did a lot of damage to their reputation. It got a lot of sharks killed. Yeah. Thundercats was official. That was my stuff. Hold on, let me clip my sinuses again. Yeah. I remember you be telling me, saying that in the other chat. Shout to all your brothers and cousins and all that. Yeah, great whites are my favorite too. I love sharks in general. Yeah, I love sharks in general. I love all nature. Like I said, I could go off the top of the head and give y'all but I got some animals that I want to speak on specifically, because nature is amazing. Like you got, look, there's a wasp called the tarantula wasp. I think this is the name of it. Something they kill tarantulas and plant their offspring inside the tarantula. Yeah, I love all that stuff. Colonel. Oh, I used to love Saturday morning cartoons. That was the best. I'm a Saturday. I subscribe to a lot of channels that do Saturday morning cartoons. I used to love Tarzan on Saturday mornings. The Spider Man's Amazing Friends, the Smurf, Hulk. Those were my favorites. Oh, forget it. Uh, oh, I could go on forever, forever. What was the cartoon with the animals that they used to have the shirts that used to say stuff on it? Shirt Tails. Oh, I love Speed Racer, Voltron, all that, all that, all that, all that. Those are my what? What's the name of this damn wasp? They put their offspring inside the wasp, and the offspring eats the wasp, and then is born from the wasp. So they have a symbiotic relationship, like Venom and Spider Man. Yeah. Let me see if there's a tarantula wasp. Tarantula wasp. Tarantula hawk. That's the name of it. Tarantula hawk. Tarantula hawk. Let me see if I can show y'all a picture of it. That's a tarantula hawk. And they run down on tarantulas, sting them, poison them, and put their kids inside of them. I wasn't really a big Captain Planet dude, but I know the one you're talking about. My thing was Transformers, um, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Voltron, Saturday morning cartoons. Like that was my favorites. And the Marvel cartoons that they didn't move. Remember the old Marvel cartoons? When Captain America throw his shield, Iron Man. Dun, 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 dun. Probably not. Y'all don't remember. What was the other one? It was Thor, Submariner, Iron Man, the Hulk, and I think that's it. Oh, and the Avengers. And the Avengers. What they did was they just took the comic books and put them on the TV screen and let the mouths move and stuff like that. But I used to love that stuff though. That was my what? Because you know I'm a big comic book fanatic. But yeah, Thursday we'll do a animal live. I wanted to wait till I pay my bills because yo, Native, my guy. Good to see you, bro. Shout to Native, man. Thank you for giving me the membership the other day, brother. Appreciate you. I have y'all know that I'm a member of the 420 channel. That's a very prestigious uh, uh, situation. It's very prestigious to be in that club. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah, we could do the animal live on so but yeah, we could do the we'll do the animal live on Thursday. Like I said, once I pay the bill, I got the what you call it. It's better. I don't got to worry about as much of the live shutting down or whatever. Not shutting down, but the Wi-Fi. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, let me wrap this up, y'all, because I gotta go help my mama love or whatever. Right? I love y'all. I'll be here Thursday. Come through. We're gonna do an animal live. I love y'all. Thank you for coming. Native, thank you for everything, bro. Shout out to everybody. I love y'all. Salute.